The morning the scandal broke felt like any other, coffee in hand, casually scrolling through the news. But then, something caught the eye, the name Sunny Hostin. Only this time, it wasn't about her fiery debates on The View. Instead, the headlines were centered on her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin. And let me tell you, the news was anything but flattering. Dr. Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon, along with his practice, Hostin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, had landed at the heart of a massive controversy. The allegations? Insurance fraud, kickbacks, and, if that wasn't enough, being tied to a sprawling RICO lawsuit involving a jaw-dropping 180 defendants. This wasn't just a legal case, it was a full-blown blockbuster. Let's dive into the twists and turns of this Hollywood-sized scandal, legal jargon and all. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss a single shocking detail. Point 2.
I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
The RICO Act, the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, was originally designed to dismantle organized crime, targeting mobsters, gangsters, and all manner of shady dealings. But here's the twist, it's not the mafia in the spotlight this time. Instead, it's doctors, surgeons, and medical practices. This courtroom drama feels less like Goodfellas and more like Grey's Anatomy, except with a side of fraud. The lawsuit accuses Dr. Hostin and others of orchestrating a scheme to exploit the healthcare system. The allegations? Kickbacks for unnecessary surgeries and billing insurance companies for procedures that may never have even occurred. Imagine this, patients being wheeled into operating rooms, insurance companies footing the bill, and money changing hands behind the scenes like a high-stakes poker game played out in hospital hallways.
I want to sit a stay.
Here's where it gets really juicy. The lawsuit specifically accuses Dr. Hostin of allegedly receiving financial kickbacks for recommending or performing arthroscopic surgeries, those minimally invasive joint procedures. On the surface, these surgeries might seem routine and legitimate. But according to the lawsuit, some of them were completely unnecessary. Were these patients truly in need of knee or shoulder surgeries, or was this just a cash grab? If the allegations hold water, this could be one of the most shocking betrayals in recent memory, putting even the wildest soap opera scandals to shame. Imagine placing your trust in a doctor, only to discover you were just a pawn in a high-stakes financial scheme. That's not just betrayal, it's the kind that cuts deep, both emotionally and physically. But here's the twist, on the other side of this legal battle is American Transit Insurance Company, ATIC, the plaintiff. ATIC claims they've been swindled out of millions, alleging they were billed for surgeries that either never happened or weren't necessary. Think of it like paying for a steak and getting tofu instead. However, let's not pretend insurance companies have spotless records. They've been accused of underpaying doctors, denying legitimate claims, and exploiting every loophole to avoid payouts. So, the big question is ATIC genuinely trying to expose a massive healthcare fraud scheme, or is this just a desperate attempt by a company on the brink of financial collapse to shift the blame?
According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page 6, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers.
Dr. Hostin's lawyer, Daniel Thwaites, came out swinging, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by ATIC to recover their losses. He painted the insurance company as the real villain, describing the case as a desperate, last-ditch effort by a company teetering on the edge of financial collapse. It's a classic courtroom strategy, when under fire, shift the spotlight onto the accuser. And trust me, it's only adding fuel to an already fiery courtroom drama, but the story doesn't stop there. Enter Joe Rogan, podcast king and no stranger to controversy. Rogan weighed in, slamming The View for what he saw as glaring hypocrisy. He didn't hold back, pointing out how Sunny Hostin once criticized others while seemingly being aware of her husband's alleged shady dealings. Rogan didn't stop at Hostin, though. He went all in on the show itself. If you average out the IQ of The View hosts, you'd still struggle to hit triple digits, he quipped, roasting the show with his trademark bluntness. The drama isn't just in the courtroom, it's spilling into headlines, podcasts, and public opinion, and it's showing no signs of slowing down.
I saw you on The View. Yeah. Yeah, so that's been overwhelming my past couple days. So I just went in there, did my thing. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know who Sunny Hostin was. I actually still really don't know. So I wasn't expecting necessarily for her to kind of try to ambush me in that way and attack my character in that way.
Well, it is the show that people love.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean, it is a rabies-infested henhouse.
Harsh as it may be, Joe Rogan's fans were loving it. Meanwhile, as Dr. Hostin fights for his reputation in court, his wife, Sunny, has been unusually silent. Normally, Sunny is the one taking on controversies head-on on The View. But when it comes to her husband's scandal, nothing but crickets. Why the silence? Is she standing by him, trying to distance herself, or waiting for her lawyers to advise her on the next move? Fans are buzzing with speculation. Some think she's staying quiet to protect her image, while others believe she's trying to avoid becoming the next target. Either way, her silence is deafening, and it's only adding more intrigue to the scandal. And here's the kicker, this isn't just about Dr. Hostin. He's one of 180 defendants named in the lawsuit, including other doctors, medical practices, and even hospitals. If the allegations prove true, this could unravel as one of the largest medical fraud cases in recent history, a sprawling network of corruption exploiting loopholes in the healthcare system for millions of dollars.
Her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit. Okay, now let's read this. Rob, is this a video?
I have this. I'll show you this.
Just read this and I'll come to you. So, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin, was accused in December. Lawsuit fraudulently billing and by the way, this is a baby caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow. Hostin's attorney Daniel Twites denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to intimidate doctors and restrict healthcare benefits. The case involves claims that Hostin performs unnecessary surgeries on patients after minor accidents without exploring less invasive treatments, with American Transit citing New York's 1974 no-fault law as contributing to widespread insurance fraud.
It's like a heist movie, but instead of robbing banks, these alleged criminals are siphoning off insurance premiums. At the core of this scandal lies a much bigger question. How much trust do we really have in the healthcare system when money seems to outweigh patient care? When doctors and insurance companies prioritize profits over people, trust crumbles. Patients should feel safe in a doctor's office, not like they're stepping into a financial trap. And let's not ignore the possibility that ATIC might be using this lawsuit as a smokescreen to distract from their own financial troubles. If that's the case, they're only fanning the flames of an already volatile situation. This entire mess is a tangled web of accusations, and untangling it won't be simple. As of now, Dr. Hostin hasn't been found guilty. These are just allegations. But the upcoming court battle promises to be a spectacle, with both sides preparing to throw everything they've got at each other. For now, all we can do is sit back, watch, and try to separate fact from fiction, guilty or innocent. This case has already cast a harsh light on the uncomfortable truths of both the healthcare and insurance industries. So buckle up, this scandal is far from over. With every new twist, we'll be here, popcorn in hand, watching it unfold like the courtroom drama it's shaping up to be. Stay tuned, and if you enjoyed today's breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. Until next time, peace.